gentlemen, and welcome to Frantic Nerdcast, episode number 89.
G'day, and welcome.
We are one episode off 90,
We
lads.
are. We survived Monday, and we're here. It was touch and go at some points for some of us.
Indeed, it was.
So, well, let's
Just
jump
straight
into it off the bat.
into it.
On Monday, today is Wednesday, or Thursday, the day we're recording this. Episode comes
You'll
out
see
on
this
Friday.
on Friday.
So this cast Monday, myself, Zach, and Brock competed in what is called the longest day. It is a charity event for Cancer Council here in Australia. Essentially, what it is you can play 36 or 72 rounds of golf in a single
50.
day.
So you can do the long day, which is 2 rounds, 36. You can do the longer day, which is 54 holes, or you can do the longest day, which is 72 holes. So 4 full rounds of golf.
So we partook in the longest day. We did it at Hunter Valley Golf Course. So thank you very much to those guys for having us. We was 8 of us all up. Now, why was there only 7 actually playing?
Because unfortunately, due to some illness in my house, I was unable to attend. So woke up around the 4 o'clock in the morning. Riv was nice enough to be an alarm at that point in time. And then from there, my wife was not well at all. So
Yes, so we were
unable to attend.
We were on the road about 10 past 4. We got there just before 5, and yes, our first tee was about 5:30 in the morning. And then, after 4 full rounds of many walking, many swings, many lost balls, we finished off at about just before 7, so about 13.
I think we handed the keys in at 7 o'clock, pretty much on the dot.
So about 13 and a half hours of golf.
It's a big fucking day.
And as a team of 8 of us, we successfully raised just over $5,500 Australian for Cancer Council, which is a pretty substantial amount.
Yeah, Luke raised over $2,000 quite quickly, and then I managed to beg, scrape, claw, bribe my way to about $1,250 in the end. So I was pleasantly surprised with that.
So it was really, really fun day. So pretty much the first 3 rounds we played sort of Team Ambrose. So we split into 2 teams. Team Pokemon was myself, Zach, and Smog.
Yep.
And
Me supporting from afar.
From 3 rounds, we played Ambrose. We got 8 under.
7 under.
7 under. And then the opposing team, the idiots, they got 8 under. And then we met up together and we played 7-man Ambrose
For the
last
final
round.
Nice.
I think we got 9
We
under.
shot 9 under.
Yeah, with our last hole on a par 5, an eagle.
Very good.
Finished on an eagle. Beautiful.
It was good, yeah. So it was a good day. Luke Smog on our team had a lot of work to do because I did not play very well, very inconsistent, very up and down.
Pretty much the first 9 holes, I don't think my ball left the ground.
Marvelous.
But I will say, now, I tried to say this on the day, and everyone's like, oh, that's a backhand comment. I'm not trying to be. AJ will admit he's not the best golfer.
I'm a sensational golfer if golf involves a lot of slicing.
Yeah, he's good.
So you're a shit golfer.
AJ is the best golfer in the world at golf the way he plays it.
Yep.
He played really well. We probably took just as many of AJ shots as we took of my shots.
So you took 90% of Smogs. And
Yes, 100%.
Hey, I want to say, I reckon I got at least 35% of the putts.
Okay.
Maybe 2 putts. I did not. I would say I was unlucky on the day, but my putter never really got going.
My favourite shot of the day that I did.
Oh,
So there's a hole that goes a long hole, and on the left-hand side is a main road. Lots of cars coming and going.
going at speed.
So I'm like, all right, I've been slicing it all day.
No, you haven't.
I'm gonna.
No, you hadn't.
I'm
You've
gonna-
been hitting it left all day.
I'm gonna turn, and I'm gonna aim for the slice.
Sure.
You know.
Which he had not been hitting all day. He'd been hooking the ball all day. He'd been hitting it left.
No, by this point I had been slicing.
No, you hadn't. You sliced 1 or 2. Majority of the balls were going left. So you decided I'm going to aim left because my ball will go right.
And I hit it dead straight. Dead straight.
There's a Subaru Forester.
Through 2 trees.
Yep.
Dead straight through it, straight at cars.
There is a Subaru Forester. I don't know how it doesn't have a golf ball sized hole in the windscreen. I don't know how
And
it
I
missed it.
flogged it too.
It went like a bullet just over the roof of these cars and landed in the car park on the other side, which it may have then hit a car over there. I don't know. Because I was in hysterics laughing and
I
wetting
lost
myself.
it. I was on the ground rolling.
Wow.
I was ruffling. Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
Roll on the floor laughing.
So then from there, Smog looked at you both, said, "You fucking idiots," and then kept playing.
Oh, he was having a great day. He was enjoying us so much.
But no, that was basically the moment that kickstarted his round, because after that he was putting drives in fairways. It was great. So
it was a really, really good fun day. Had lots of fun. No one, like everyone, all of us played shit at points, and no one really cared, kind of thing.
Yeah, so
That's a beauty of it,
as a team, it was pretty good. Like, yes, we used a lot of Smog shots, but the times he didn't hit a shot, AJ and I usually hit a shot. I think there was one hole where
one drive where all three of us hit out of bounds, lost the ball,
and it was we all and. You could probably put it in a hula hoop of where all three balls landed. Like, it was the same exact shot. But, you know, I said overall it was good. AJ had a motto of, it's hittable. Didn't say it was a good shot from AJ, but it was still, it was in play, it was
shot
hittable.
and it's gone, it's landed. I'm like, that's hittable. And then Smog's taken his and it's gone in the water. Zach's taken his. I'm pretty sure it went in the water as well. And he's gone, we'll have to take AJ. It's a good shot. And I'm like, I didn't say that. I said it was hittable. And then we walk over and it's like in a ditch in fucking wood bark and shit. I'm like,
in
it's
trees.
hittable.
So he then goes, I'll play the safety shot. So he just tries to chip it in the fairway. He then proceeds to hit it into the water that Luke and I had already hit into. Luke then hit the safety
roll.
Luke then hit the safety shot out, and I'm like, well, I might as well try it for the hero shot and like smash this ball through, ping pong off the trees up. And landed basically right where I hit the ball from. So we were in play. It was hittable. It was fine.
It was hittable. That's right.
But no, overall, it's a great day. Like, I highly recommend anyone in Australia look out for it. I'm assuming they do it in other states, but they definitely do it all over New South Wales. The cost for us playing was literally just the cost of the cart. If we didn't want the carts, it would have been free. And obviously...
and the golf balls.
And the golf balls. Many golf balls. I borrowed a lot of golf balls from the golf course. I found them and I gave them back.
I want to say I reckon I probably all up with... This includes finding balls and then losing those balls. Reckon I probably lost about 25 balls.
I think I lost more than AJ. But
wow.
that was also because he would put one in play and then I would just swing it for the fences to try and... hit the ball as far as I could.
So I'm prepped and ready for next year. I've got a bag.
One of the things, because we were trying to smash through it so quickly as well, the ball would go into like some trees and stuff, and I'd just drive past and go, I can't see it. Oh, keep going.
That's
the
motto.
Not bother to look for it.
Because so I think that's what Team Idiots, as we've now dubbed them, must have been doing because we teed off at hole 10 to start with. Team Pokemon went first, and yes, we only had 3 of us to hit shots, but we turned around after about 3 holes and like, we couldn't see them. It's not like these were tight, bushy holes where you couldn't see through. Like, you could see 5 holes at one space. And I'm like, where the fuck are they? And so that's where I'd say unfortunately, because it would have been nice to sort of stick near each other all day, but we end up playing the back 9 and then the front 9, where they played the back 9 twice in a row because there was started to be quite the queue.
Yeah, by the time they got to the
so
first, there was a fair queue.
So we managed to always play the full round each, where they played the back 9 twice and then the front 9 twice, and then
we get messages from Dave going, "Oh, there's so many people at the first. Like by the time we'd get there, it's just empty."
Yeah, I was like, every decision they could make on the golf course at one point seemed to be wrong. Like, we could go here to avoid the queue, or go here. We'll go there, and then magically there's a queue that appears and stuff. So. But yes, it's a great day. The Cancer Council turned up and took some photos of us hitting shots.
Yep.
It was great. I duffed it all of 2 feet.
Yeah, I hit it in the water.
Yeah, it was great.
Perfect.
All right, so Zach, I believe you have a way that Brock can make up for not turning up to the
Brock
event.
didn't turn up, and obviously because he raised money, he still wants to do his part for it. So he had an idea of going the driving range and things like that, but it's... to me, you say you're already first.
So the full extent of my idea, which was the first option, was find out what you guys hit for the day, which I think was around. It will work
about
out
300 shots.
It'll work out to be exactly about 300 shots. So go down to the range, buy 300 balls, and spread them across drives, irons, wedges, and whatnot. Just spread them throughout over the course of how long it takes to hit them. And then from there, I had said during the course of raising money that for every so much raised, I would walk one of the holes. Now, that worked out to be about 7 in total. So I was going to walk 7 holes on the day, probably more with the way that you guys were going. But so I thought, righto, I will do 7 kilometers of either walking or run or whatever off the course, just to make up for not being there. Obviously not as big of a day as what you guys put in, but at least it would be a bit of something. Now, what have you got? Oh, we're trying to change some camera angles.
So my idea was we'll play a round of golf. We'll do the Frantic Nerdcast Christmas retreat.
Okay.
So we'll go back out to Hunter Valley. We'll book a round of golf. We'll find a fourth. I know many people, Dave or Caden or someone will actually, Caden will probably really like to come because he missed out as well. Because impending arrival of his baby man, he couldn't come.
Yep.
But so we'll just play the one round. But AJ said at one point, which gave me an idea, he was thinking about doing something with a weighted vest to earn more dollars.
Sure.
So we can always give you the weighted vest to make the walking of the 18 holes that little bit more tough for you.
Yeah, so to put it in perspective, for next year's challenge, I'll be doing for every $50 raised, I'll be walking a hole with a 20 kilo weighted vest on.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you walk all 18 with the 20 kilo vest, yes, it's not going to be the perfect thing or something like that, but it's,
something.
Play the round of golf that you miss out on for the day, and then we can make it that little bit more challenging for you as well. So,
okay. I'm not opposed to it.
Like your one makes sense. I know you're trying to replicate as best you can, but it's just a bit too convoluted. So this way, you're still walking the 18 holes, and they said you only need to walk, I think, 7. You said for it. So rather than doing 7, just 7, do all 18, but in the vest. So that way you're replicating the strenuous effort that went through our bodies.
Okay. Whilst we're driving next to you with beers in our hands.
I figured there'd be something along those lines.
Come on, puppy. Come on. Who's a good bro?
And I'm sure that by the time... Look, I'm pretty keen. I think that's a great idea. And I think by the time that we get to it, I'm sure that there'll be some other challenges of sorts that we can come up.
It'll also be summer and it'll be like a 40-degree day.
Exactly.
But so back to the walking. So I said I'd do something similar to you. I was planning to walk at probably most 36 because Smog and I were in a cart. We're going to go hole for hole. So obviously someone was driving the cart. His ankle or shin started giving him a bit of bother. So he stopped halfway through from walking. So I took over and just started walking all the holes then. So I think I did about 51 holes in total. I probably would have finished the last few, only that I forgot some anti-chafe cream. And oh boy, there was a fire going on down there. But Dave, to his credit, he walked 70 of the 72. He did not walk all 72.
And I believe
there is an asterisk there. They skipped 2 of the holes because there were some slow groups there, and that allowed them to catch back up with us so we could finish. So when we got back to those holes, they played those holes twice with 2 balls off the tee. So
see, it doesn't count.
So
mate, he's going to have to start again.
From memory, I believe he said it was about 47 kilometres.
Yeah, so he's like, if I walked another 500 meters or something, it would have been a marathon distance or something. So,
yeah, so it wasn't, because it was 41 point something, because your marathon's 42. Yeah. So it was just under 42 Ks that he did, which is phenomenal effort. But he didn't walk the 72.
But I think after doing the amount of walking I did this time, I definitely think I'd like to give it a crack walking the whole round next year. I know it would be fun because the soles of my feet, like when we sat down for a beer and something to eat afterwards, the soles of my feet were just yelling at me.
But see, Dave did it the smart way of he wasn't pushing a cart.
Yeah, no, I'd do the same thing. Like I would tee up with someone that I would go in a cart with someone that didn't want to walk, so therefore they'd be driving the clubs around.
A few years ago, I did it. I walked the full 72. At that point in time, we raised about 1,500, $2,000, something like that. So I said, you know what, like the effort's been put in, I'll do the 72 as well. And yeah, the chafe is fucked. For me, it wasn't just like my feet, yes, but it was, I started to get blisters around my toes from where they were just rubbing in my shoes. Yeah. And so the last 18 was a fucking struggle. And we did that at Charlestown, which isn't as long. Isn't as long as Hunter Valley.
No, but it's fucking up.
It is up and down and up and down.
See, and that's where, so I think also the chafe became a problem for me because after the second round, there was a group of 8 doing the longest day as well. So we rearranged some of the holes so we could get ahead of them. Oh, yeah. And then we were going to go for a change of clothes, but instead we moved straight on to the third round, which then I think also caused a problem. So just having that fresh fit of clothes back on, I think makes a world of difference for a lot of reasons. Yep. But yes, also remembering the anti-chafe cream would be fantastic next time. But yeah, like I said, I think I'll be happy to give it a go. If I don't make the 72, I don't make it, but yeah, I'll give it a crack.
So anyways, thank you so much to everybody who donated. Thank you to everyone who was following along on the days. And on the day, I know the guys were giving updates here and there through the day.
I've got a few pack videos coming. I've got 2. Yep. There was definitely some interesting.
We had a little mini pack battle.
Yeah, and I mean, keep an eye out for when we go and do it next year because we'll jump in and do it again.
Whether it happens or not, but we've decided I think it said 24 boosters of any TCG, I'm assuming.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So we'll do 24 each, and then we'll take in turns opening a pack a hole and seeing who has the most profit from the end of their pool. So
that'll be good fun.
That'll be interesting. And last golf thing before we get on to actually nerd stuff. I've been watching the Internet Invitational on YouTube at the moment. So effectively, it's the first of its kind. It's a YouTube golfer tournament that Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports has put on. It's been very interesting, a lot of fun. It'd be really sick if something like that happened in Australia. Obviously, we're not at that level that they are, but yeah, it'd be really cool to see all those sort of personalities come together and play like proper serious golf where they're never normally doing that. It's been good to see different personalities. Sure. Probably the highlight is Chazzy that's come out of it. So he's on the adaptive tour because he's a little person. Mm-hmm. But man, he was striping the ball like he played fantastically. His personality's like. He was sort of semi-known in the space,
sure,
but this has definitely thrown him into the limelight of just how good of a golfer he is, and said he's very fun to watch as well. So,
okay.
But yeah, if you haven't checked out the Internet Invitational, go check it out. It's on Bob Does Sports, the 4Play pod, and then the final comes out tonight sometime our time. It's released Thursday, 6 o'clock in America. So that'll be on the Internet Invitational's own YouTube channel for the final. So nice. It's $1 million prize pool, plus they've had other like skin $4,000 holes for skins and stuff in other rounds. So it's definitely worth watch if you haven't watched it yet.
Cool.
Nice. All right. Well, I've got some fun little stuff. So this is a little tidbit that I learnt the other day. Terence Stamp. The late Terence Stamp, he passed away this year, I believe it was.
I think so.
For those of you who don't know, he was in a little tiny Australian film called Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Mm-hmm. Quite possibly, in my opinion, the greatest Australian film ever made.
Why not?
It is such a sensational film. Did so much for the LGBTQ community here in Australia. Wasn't actually called that then, but it is a sensational film, and they're making a number 2. Now, Terence Stamp, before he passed away, I think it was a couple of weeks before he passed away, actually recorded all of his pieces for it.
Oh, really?
And they filmed it with 8 cameras around him, and he did all of his performances. And essentially, when they film the actual film, they're going to film it with a stand-in doing his part and then superimpose him over the top into all of them. Because they have it from multiple angles, they can then superimpose it into it. And they so he will get to, it will be his last picture ever. And I'm very much looking forward to it because Priscilla is one of my favorite films. It is a masterpiece, and it will be fantastic to see those guys all together. So it was Hugo Weaving, Guy Pearce, yep, and Terence Stamp, and Guy Pearce is amazing in it.
Oh yeah,
he's
incredible.
So
He's really
over the top.
good.
It's brilliant. So yeah, looking forward to that, and it's just really cool that they could do that for him before he passed away.
Oh, awesome! No, that'll be good to see. Okay. Do you have any idea when it's coming out?
No, they haven't even started filming it yet.
Oh, well, there you
They've
go.
only done his parts,
Sure.
as far as I know.
Okay.
And they did something very similar in Army of the Dead.
Okay.
For Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, the Netflix zombie one.
Yeah.
Because there was an actor in that, he was a comedian. He did some naughty things.
Oh, yeah.
Got in a lot of trouble,
Yep.
and they're like, well, we're going to have to replace him. So they filmed another comedian, I can't remember her name, but they filmed all of his scenes, her, and then superimposed her in all of the scenes.
Yeah.
And like, I had no clue.
Couldn't tell.
No clue.
Yeah, I remember talking about this
I found out after, and I was like, that is just amazing. So they did a very similar thing to that they're going to be doing in Priscilla, which is pretty cool. So looking forward to that. Mm-hmm. Let's jump into Fantastic Four.
So,
wait. Fantastic Four.
So it's finally out on Disney. Has been out on Disney Plus for, I don't know, like a week, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. So I jumped on, gave it a gander. It was shit.
Took you long enough.
It was shit.
Yeah,
it was a shit movie. It was a shit movie. It was boring as batshit. There was absolutely no chemistry on the screen. The plot was non-existent. It was
There was chemistry. But it was just between Ben and Johnny.
No, the chemistry was between Ben and the fucking robot, basically. Like the
robot's
most interesting pieces was when Ben was on screen, like walking through the neighborhood and doing things like that. That was the most interesting part about the movie.
I've thought about it at some point too. It's like they've tried to put it. Like they didn't give us all the backstory because we didn't need it.
Didn't need it.
But then they've tried to put some pieces of backstory in, but it felt rushed or then out of place as well. Like
I think the biggest failure of this movie is that they
Galactus.
from a
I loved Galactus. Galactus was great.
I loved Galactus for half of it. I hated him for the other half.
So I think from a casting perspective, when you're doing the Fantastic Four, you need to get 4 people who are incredibly different. And so you need to select them individually, but then they need to be able to have that chemistry on screen. They selected the 4 people individually, and they did not have any chemistry on screen. None of them
It
did.
just felt like Pascal.
Pedro was the wrong one. He was wrongly cast.
He was, but none of the other
wrongly
ones were
cast
as well.
with how the character was then portrayed. I think it just felt like he was in first gear the whole time. Like he was never allowed to get out there and show any personality as Reed. Like I know Reed isn't the most flamboyant character, but he just had nothing.
He's an aggressive prick in the comics.
Yeah, like but he wasn't. He was meek. He was mild mannered in his show, in the movie. Like he just felt like I wouldn't want him to be my leader, sort of thing. Like if he's meant to be leading the Fantastic Four and then potentially the rumors leading the Avengers moving forward, I wouldn't want to follow him. Like he just backs down and like sulks and cries.
Well, he wasn't the leader in this. Vanessa Kirby was.
Yeah, I know she was, but I don't think that was. That's how it came across. I think that was intended.
So even from that perspective, like you want to look at Kirby as like the leader of the group and how that sort of comes along, which means you would want her to have the most chemistry with each of them. There was no fucking chemistry between her and what's his? I've just gone blank on his name. Johnny, but I was trying to.
I have no idea what his name is.
Reed.
But yeah, it's like her and Johnny, like when they were on screen, you just like everything that they are talking about seems so forced between them as to what they're doing. But they're meant to actually be a brother and sister who were incredibly close because of what they've been through in their history, and that did not come across.
It
on
actually
screen
felt in
whatsoever.
times like they're shooting these scenes, but it's only one of them there. Like they've shot them multiple times and then just put the other people together in editing.
It really did.
It
really did. Like there was absolutely no chemistry between anybody at any point in time.
So
and I reckon that was ultimately what led this thing to completely fall apart. There was nothing actually bringing you into the moments that were happening.
So
It was a shit story.
Oh, well,
The fucking why bring in the baby? I know they're bringing it in for fucking Secret War and shit that, but it was such a boring story. And then you got the fucking deep. Fucking Uncanny Valley baby.
Oh, the one, they didn't do that very well. Remember how I said like you don't need to have a real baby in the screen because of what they did in Suicide Squad. That was fucking really, really well done. Marvel, Disney, you've got the fucking money, but do it properly. Anywho,
it was more when the baby was like brought Sue back to life.
Yeah, still.
It's
But one other thing that you just reminded me is the way that people responded to the Fantastic Four was fucking ridiculous. It just wasn't believable because they were the world's heroes, right? Everybody just loved them, fawned over them. Everything they did was gold touch. Like it was incredible. And then they went out, they seen Galactus, said, yep, we're going to go sort Galactus out, we're going to beat him. And then they come back and when they got back, they said, oh, we couldn't beat him, the price was too high. They wanted our kid. And then everyone just goes, no, fuck you guys, why don't you just fucking give him the baby? And then Fantastic Four out. They're done. They use a shit. They're giving them all the sorts of crap. They didn't want to see him in their town. They're giving them absolute rabbit, you guys are fucked, all the rest. And then fast forward however long the period of time it is, they're still hating on them. Vanessa comes out with fucking the baby and goes, oh, baby,
so
baby here, and we're all good. And then everyone's like, woo!
Yeah.
Give them millions and billions and trillions of dollars to do this half-cooked fucking stupid idea that they're working on. We love you again. It's like, huh? Did I miss something?
Did you like that they put the big warning sign over where Galactus had to stand?
So this is why I did like Galactus. Like Galactus on the ship, fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
Imposing, like
really,
threatening.
really well done.
Galactus on the planet, what did he do? He walked, There's the obvious trap, so I'm going to walk around that, and then I fell into the obvious trap.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't
just-
well done.
Yeah, it
was
made,
half cooked.
It made Galactus look weak.
And did you like Reed Richards' stretchy penis?
Look,
Have you seen that meme?
I brought the meme up
Yep.
at a point in time, like after the movie came out. But I mean, again, like that in itself is fucking stupid, because if you want to do a comparison to previous movies, comics, or whatever, he's the fucking elastic, stretchy fucking man. Like, he can stretch for as much and as long as he fucking needs
I
to.
think he's got a limit in the
Oh,
comics.
yeah, but it wasn't fucking
I think
3
from memory.
foot. Like, he was literally just stretched a little bit past his limit, and his clothes were ripping and straight. You're like, huh? Like, that just wasn't believable. Like, for what he is meant to be and do and all that. Like, he's meant to be the hero's mightiest, the world's mightiest hero and all that sort of stuff. Yes, it's more so for his mind, but how he applies his mind with his powers. Like, all he can do is stretch his fucking leg an extra 6 foot. Like, this was such a bad movie. This was a horrible movie. Honestly, it is probably it is probably my least favorite Marvel movie.
Whoa! There's Madam Web.
That's a Sony movie.
Oh, it's fair enough. So it's a sort of a slight gripe, but because they've put us into their already existing as superheroes and things, we never saw them do anything with their powers either. Like this,
I'm fine with that as long as it's got a good story.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't have a good story.
But normally you don't see a lot of their powers because it's the introduction. They're learning about their powers and things like that, and we don't really see them using them in their full capacity. Yeah. Here they've mastered their powers to a certain degree, but there was nothing.
Stretchy legs, 6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot. Like, we didn't really see the thing do anything other than run through a few pillars right at the end. We didn't see Johnny do anything like over the top fantastical.
Well, he got the most power.
Sorry.
Yeah, he did get the most powers, but even then, it was still nothing like, oh my God, that was fantastic to watch.
What I do need to say as well, sorry, I was so overshadowed by how shit this movie is. Jennifer, I'm pretty sure it's Jennifer Garner. She was incredible in it. As Charlotte Bell.
Yep.
She was the best part of the movie. She was incredible. She did really, really well. She just I thought it was Jennifer Garner. It might be Garland or something like that.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner is Elektra.
It is too. Yeah. Anyway, it's something like that. And
I'll fact check it for you.
Thank you.
But she was good. She looked
great.
fantastic. They did such a good with the chrome.
Yeah.
It wasn't ridiculously shiny like Fantastic Four 2.
Yeah.
But it had like that matte feel to it, but it still reflected.
It looked awesome.
And the voice was awesome.
Was on point. It just gave that really sort of eerie tone.
It's a shame she's not going to be in it more.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, incredible. And even like her scenes, and it like truly showed like how powerful she was and her capacity and the way that she like was able to use. She was the one who got the most power use in the movie, and it was incredible. She was really
and she had awesome surfing scenes in outer space.
It was amazing.
Thing when the stupid in space birth scene.
It's like, yeah, like, and you're right. Like,
so much more mess.
She's
so much more mess.
She's the Silver Surfer. So they went, you know what? Let's fucking make her surf waves in space. You're just like, that looks sick.
Yeah.
And it was done. That was done really, really well.
That's where they spent all their budget
on Julia.
See, they spent all their budget on Galactus on the spaceship and Silver Surfer.
Yeah, and that's it. Fuck.
I personally, I did like Vanessa Kirby. I thought she did a good job.
She was fine.
She was the best of the Fantastic Four, in my opinion.
She was fine, but as I said, what brought her down is the fact that she had no chemistry with anybody else on screen. So it just wasn't enough for me. Like her individually,
there's plenty of chemistry behind the scenes.
That's not what we needed.
Do you think Krasinski would have been a better Reed Richards in the end?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
He just had a better, like straight off the bat, he had a better look that was more suited. But even when he came through in Doctor Strange, he just came to the front, and as soon as he started speaking, just like, whoa, that's Reed Richards.
Yeah, just like the part
instantly.
when the portal drops him in, and he's got that stern look on his face, and you're like, yep, bang.
Yep, boom,
right
done.
there.
And it was just well done and put together.
And the costume was so much better than these costumes. And these costumes weren't horrible, but
I understand what they were trying to do.
Going for the classic look, blah, blah, blah. But
It just didn't.
Yeah, Krasinski's costume looks so much better.
Oh, fucking oath it did.
I do like that Ben grew a beard.
Yeah, that was funny.
thought that was cool. That's a cool idea that he still it still grows on him and all that kind of stuff.
I think they drew that from a comic. Well,
I'm
there
pretty
was
sure it
a
would be,
comic
yeah.
run where that was like brought up and done. But yeah, like it had good tidbits, but it wasn't enough to bring it back.
Although I must say, Doom, from the tiny little glimpse we got of him,
that was awesome.
Looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good.
And you literally, all you're seeing was like the back of him in his fucking robe.
But
it looks good.
The robe looked good.
It did.
And the mask looked good when, because he was holding the mask in his hand, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
I think you see the mask in reflection or something.
I think Frank might have been holding it. Or holding it like this or something, or they were both. But either way, it was.
I'm so worried about that kid in the upcoming ones, because in the comic, he's the most powerful character in Marvel, essentially. And I'm so like he creates universes.
Yeah.
That's how powerful he is. And it's just
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens in the future.
But they've done that with past, because wasn't old mate from Guardians of the Galaxy, the gold dude or whatever, wasn't he supposed to be like more powerful?
Adam Warlock.
He is pretty powerful, but it's only when he goes crazy that he's powerful. I think, from memory,
they definitely steered.
He's basically Superman.
Yeah, because they steered away from his typical sort of. What would you say? His typical sort of comic run.
Yeah,
it's probably the best way to put it.
He was very underused in that movie.
Very, very much. Like it was good. I liked it. It was very different from the comics. Again, it'll be interesting.
Wouldn't surprise me if they do something similar with the baby here. Like the baby's there and will be important, but it won't be.
Well, he's not a baby anymore. He's older now, as per the.
It's like a 4-year skip. 4 years.
Either way, he'll be there, but won't be front and center and sort of in everything.
Who knows?
Did you see Shrek 5 or 12 or whatever we're up to moved its release date?
No.
So it was originally meant to come out at the middle of next year, and then it moved to December.
Right.
And then Doomsday announced its date in December, which was a week before Shrek was meant to come out.
Right.
And DreamWorks sort of went, no. So they moved it to 6 months later into 2027.
Right. That 2027, I think, has now since been bombarded with Marvel movies that are highly anticipated, I think, as well.
Yeah. And we get Wonder Man is coming out.
It's like next month.
Next month, yep. Which the trailer looks really good.
It looks like it's going to be interesting. It'll be another one of those like standalone type thing. You know how they tried to do Spotlight and then fucking trashed it after one season.
And then they've announced that Werewolf by Night is getting a sequel.
Yeah, I've seen that. That'll be awesome.
Werewolf by
That's
Night
an
2,
awesome.
which is I hope we get more Swamp Thing.
Nah, Man Thing.
Man Thing. I always get those two confused. Same fucking character, different thing.
Yeah. No, that'd be awesome to see them two back on screen. Like that was a really good, really fun movie. If you haven't watched it, go give it again.
Give it in black and white. Don't watch it in color.
Yeah. I watched it in black and white, and then I went back to sort of have a look in color. And I'm like, I don't need to watch it.
It lacks in color.
Yeah, agree.
You know what else was a really fun movie that's getting the sequel that the trailer just came out for? Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh, that's yes.
The trailer looks fun. You don't really see much of the storyline other than we know Baby Bowser's in it now. Rosalina is in it.
They're the two.
That's Brie
two
Larson's
pieces
voicing that one.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, that's really it. You see Baby Bowser is shrunk down painting in his little castle. And
and then he drops in, he puts the paintbrush on the gooey stuff and then goes all techno and he's got like a bandana with a tech thing on his mouth. And he's like,
that's Baby Bowser, that one.
That's what I said. That's what we're talking about.
I was talking about Big Bowser, but he was shrunk down.
Oh, yeah, the Baby Bowser's like, he's like, I'm here for my dad, and throws like the big thing at Mario. And then Rosalita
uses her wand and
it's
fucks
like
up
a
some
big
giant
robot thing comes down and tries to get her, and she uses the wand and like cuts all the legs off. And turns around, and cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah. I don't know anything about like those other, because I know there's like her, there's Daisy is another princess. I know nothing about.
I think Rosalita, she's one of the newer ones.
Yeah, she's been here for a little while now, though. Like, she's been in the games anyway. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know anything about that sort of expanded Mario lore other than the original stuff, so it'd be cool to see. But, yeah, and as we said last week, like, this is the start of potentially the Mario cinematic universe, because we've got, like...
Nintendo cinematic universe.
Because we've got Kirby coming up. We've got things like Luigi's Mansion and all those sort of other movies coming up over the next few years. There'll be a Donkey Kong one. There'll be... I think they're doing an Android one.
Yeah.
Which will be
That'd be
sick.
sick.
So
And whilst we're talking about Mario, unfortunately, Kazuki Motoyama, he's the creator of the Super Mario manga, has just passed away at the age of 69.
That's no good.
Yes. He was the official creator of the Super Mario Bros. Manga.
Yeah, there you go. I actually didn't realize that was.
no, I didn't either, did I?
I imagine it's not a thing that's really big in Western culture.
Kind of overshadowed with the Western culture shit that we get
Yeah.
pushed in front of.
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to it. I don't know. Was there a release date with it? I don't know. Can't
It's
remember.
next year sometime.
But yeah, be sick.
All right, well, while we're talking about all this shit, let's just continue with some rumors, eh?
Sure.
Where are we? Let's get back to the start of this stuff. Read that one. Let's go. Alan Richardson, who everyone knows, Blue Mountain State, Reacher, he has originally wanted to play Batman, but he confirms he is now in talks for a messier role in James Gunn's DCU. He said, yes, that's the conversation that I've been having with them. It's like, I want to play somebody a little messier. And I told them, I said, if I'm going to do this, I described to them the kind of personality that I'd want to play and what that would mean to their world. And I think it's something everybody wants to see right now over there. So yes, I want to play somebody a little dirtier than your typical clean-cut protagonist. So, I mean...
I seen that article and I was kind of like, I could go one of so many different
Yeah,
ways.
like his
so
age,
it's almost going to be like an anti-hero type thing.
Yeah, well, his age, he couldn't play Nightwing,
No, I don't think he could do Nightwing. I think he's
He's
not
I
the right age
hadn't
and
thought
too,
that'd be ridiculous to say, so I didn't.
too built.
Yeah,
Like, he's built like a brick shit.
Yeah,
house.
too old
You
for
could
Red.
work that into it.
Not to Nightwing. I don't think he could do it.
Because Nightwing's the
And
older one out of all of them, isn't he? He's older
'cause
than
he's
Red.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah, old Red.
You could
Yeah,
do
he
it.
was-
You
he was
just
the first
upset all the
Robin.
comic nerds.
Yeah, I just don't think it would.
Because the vast majority of people would have no fucking clue who Nightwing is. So.
True.
You wouldn't want him as a baddie.
No.
So, I mean...
I don't know. Look,
it doesn't have to be in the Batman universe either.
No.
Like,
it'll just be interesting to see.
because all your
what he
lanterns are
does.
cast.
Sorry?
All the lanterns are cast.
Yeah.
Kilowog.
It wouldn't be it wouldn't be a lantern. It'd be something. It'll pull from maybe something a little, not necessarily back catalogue, but
He'd
it'll
be a good booster gold.
You reckon?
Yeah. He'd be a good booster gold.
I don't know. It's a bit too on the goody route though, because it's not as messy.
Yeah, it's not messier, but he'd still be a good booster gold.
Yeah. Either way, look, it's going to be interesting to see where it lands. I'd love to see him in there because I think his acting abilities has definitely progressed over the last
100%.
few years. Like, he's far better than what he used to be. I'm keen to just see him in a role having fun. To be
He's
honest.
acting at I can't remember what it's called, but the one with him and Henry Cavill where they're doing that the old war one.
Oh, that
Him-
was
him
so...
on the boat was
the
that
scene
was the
on the boat,
best thing
yeah, I
ever.
love that.
Ungentlemanly warfare.
Ungentlemanly Warfare. Fuck, that was a really good movie.
It got slammed to. I was like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know why. I thoroughly
It
enjoyed
was a really good movie.
So in 2016, Tokyo Shinjuku Station turned part of its subway into a shrine for Yu-Gi-Oh, lining an entire wall with 7,649 cards, one for every release from 1999 to 2016.
Jesus.
Each card was displayed behind glass in perfect chronological order. The installation marked the franchise's 20th anniversary and promoted Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimension set. So commuters passing through were met with icons like Blue Eyes White Dragon, Exodia, and the signed Horakati card. But yeah, so it would be sick to see something like that for Pokemon because it'd be need a lot more space, a lot more.
And that would be very, very heavily security guarded.
100% it would.
Yes.
I can't remember if I mentioned this, but Gremlins 3 is getting a November 2027 release date, revealed as the Harry Potter director joins. From Warner
Nice.
Brothers.
What one? There's many.
Just the Harry Potter one.
I seen an interview with, it must have been on a podcast or something, of Quentin Tarantino saying that he thinks Gremlins 2 is like the best of the Gremlins movies.
Yeah.
And like he goes through all these reasons as to why. And when you listen to him talking about it, you're like, yeah. I get that. I really do get that.
I just thought Gremlins movies were brilliant.
Yeah. Or 2 is very different to 1, though. Very
100%
different.
it is.
So DC Crime is a brand new TV series that's in the works from DC Studios. It's based around Jimmy Olsen and a whole heap of Superman baddies and stuff like that.
It sounds like, from what I was reading, I think Gorilla Grodd might be the main antagonist in it, which will be really interesting because him is like a little pulling the strings and whatnot behind a few other guys. I think that's got some awesome.
Could be cool.
Awesome.
And while we're on DC as well, V for Vendetta series is officially in the works at HBO with James Gunn producing.
Pretty keen to see that. That'll be awesome.
am. I mean, the Wachowskis did a fantastic fucking job making that movie. That movie is. It's comic book film masterpiece. In my opinion,
It's not even comic book masterpiece. It is just masterpiece.
Oh, it's a good movie. It's a fantastic film. But in terms of comic book movies,
yes,
it is probably one of the top tier ones that is out there. The Wachowskis did such a fantastic job on that. And I mean, Hugo Weaving, do you think you see his face once?
No.
Oh no, it's in shadow. It's
completely shadowed when he's.
But he did such a fucking good role.
Yes.
And then Natalie Portman.
Yep.
Such a good role. Shaved her head for it in one of the scenes. Oh, and it's just such. Remember the 5th of November. Oh, so good.
I'm going to go watch that again.
Yep, I'm going to have to watch it again as well. I've got it on Blu-ray. It's phenomenal.
I haven't watched it in ages.
Something I've been watching, and it's got a bit of a twist to it now. So My Hero Academia, I've mentioned it many times. It's ending in five episodes time. So it was set for 13 was the rumor. Apparently it's only being set for 11, so there's 5 episodes left.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then when they release them, they go, haha, I tricked you again, there's more.
They'll release it, they'll be like, we're doing another season.
All right, so I found this really interesting, but Mads Mikkelsen, he stars as a hitman hired by a little girl to get rid of the monster under her bed. The movie is called Dust Bunny. It's coming to theaters on December 5. I love the sound of that. That sounds really fucking cool. And I don't know how they're going to go about it, whether they go lean into the fantasy part of it or whether it goes a different route for what they're going to doing. The one still shot that I've got looks kind of fantasy-ish, but then
because it kind of has that vibe of what was it called? I Kill Monsters.
I think it was I Kill Monsters.
Yeah.
I was going to say Troll something, but I don't think it was Troll.
Whereas she kills the monster, but you don't really know whether it's in her head or not in her head, kind of thing.
I think it was done in a way where it went down the realm enough of you believe that it was real, and then the reveal at the end was very, very well done. I'm going to go out and say spoilers because I'm going to say it, but
do it.
Basically, a young girl, she's battling these monsters, which are big sea beasts and creatures that come out of the forest and all sorts of stuff, and she is a hunter of these monsters, goes out, does it with tries to bring her friends into it, but they're not really interested and whatnot, and that culminates at the end of the movie with her mum who has cancer from memory. I think her mum has cancer, and this young girl, she's been unable to sort of face that. She won't go and see her mum. She won't spend time with her mum because she needs to fight the monsters that her mum is battling, because that's what people are saying around the daughter. Your mum's battling monsters. We need to defeat these monsters.
She's fighting the monsters.
So she takes it in a literal sense and is fighting said monsters. It is an incredible story, brilliantly shot. It fucking gets you at the end because you don't expect the way that they go, and it fucking gets you. It is a really, really good movie.
According to Dextro, Funko has admitted that they may not be able to survive another year following increasing debt and sales currently being down by 14%.
You watch the billions of people go and buy all the Funko Pops because they think they're going to go out of business, and then they're not going to get any more, and they go, oh, look, we made sales. Here's more.
They have definitely expanded, and there's a Funko for everything.
Oh, they went too big. They went too big, because I remember when they first came out, I was like, I'm going to collect these.
Yeah.
And I was happy. I was going to try and get all the numbers and stuff like that. And then in the span of 3 months, they just went to fucking 5 million, and there's multiple different sets, and you're like, I don't even know what these numbers mean anymore.
Because I started to collect some of the Batman ones. I'm like, you know what, this is pretty sweet, I can do this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, that's a new set, but they're all the same and they got different numbers. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, I've got probably 30 Harley Pops, and I'm missing a heap. I'm missing probably like 15.
I would have said you're
15
probably
20 of
missing
them.
like 100.
No, it's not,
It's not even that. It's the random ones that
Yeah.
they're doing for sets. So like, maybe if they're being sold in Japan or things like that, they're doing great numbers over there. But like over here, I see them. I'm like, I have no fucking clue what that is. Like what show? I've never heard of the show or whatever it's from. Like, just got no idea.
Exactly. Typically, the ones for me now the ones that catch my eye, like the more recent ones that caught my eye were when they started doing the comic ones. I'm like, you know what, that's pretty cool. I'll get the comic ones, or some of the scenery ones. Like I got a pretty sweet one with Batman and Ivy, like a bigger one with like Batman wrapped in all of Ivy's vines.
Oh,
and
from
whatnot.
Hush.
Yeah, and that's a pretty sweet one. And when they brought out the itty bitty pops,
Yep.
I brought a few of them because I'm like, oh, they're cool little cute things put up on the shelf. So I got a few of those as well. But I mean, you're 100% right. They fucking win a bit.
I remember back in my Hungry Jacks days, they released like a DC like mini pop set, and like I was just going through like the box of them, like. No, that's the Joker one. I've already got one of them. Like trying to get set. Like my mates, I give them like $50 to go like buy them a set for like from work. I'm like done. So this is something that I have a feeling. I've got no idea really. I hope it to be true anyway. Zoids apparently is getting a live action movie.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting a new series.
Yeah.
I know that much. I haven't heard anything about the live action.
I thought we'd mentioned it before because that rings a bell.
So I don't know if it's like. I think it could be a bit of fan hype, like asking like based off the series coming, like, and then like asking who would play the characters in it. I've got no idea because it's always a show I remember watching it starting because it was on Cheese TV or whatever at the time.
New Century was on Cheese TV. I know. Yeah, New Century was on Cheese TV, and then they did Chaotic Century.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I only watched some of it though because I said it was on Cheese TV, and you missed episodes here or there, and. Never been able to, like, not that I've exceptionally tried hardcore to find it, but like I just never come across it. Never come across it. It's always something I wanted to go back and watch. So
I loved Zoids. Like New Century is entertaining. So New Century follows Bit, and he joins a team, and that's battles, like organized battles where there's a referee and stuff, and he's on a team, and he's got the Blade Liger. No, not the Blade Shield Liger. Yeah, it's the Shield Liger, and.
I just remember it was
no, it's just a Liger in that one, and then he gets attachments that can go on. He's got 3 different sort of suits that go on the Liger, and then they fight for 26 episodes. And there's a bad evil organization, and it kind of has a homage to Chaotic Century in that where the final battle happens is like this big dinosaur Zoid, which is the final boss in Chaotic Century.
Yeah,
but I prefer Chaotic Century. It was good.
Has it only got the 2?
So there's Chaotic Century, New Century, Fusors. Then there's
so the answer was no.
Then there's another one that came after Fusors, which is like a wild beast one where the Zoids, they don't get in the Zoids, they ride the Zoids. And I didn't like it. It was a lot kiddier kind of thing, and like aimed at a very young market. Whereas Chaotic Century and New Century weren't aimed at like young market. They still were, but it's a thing to sell model kits.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks cool, so I'm keen to get in and watch some.
Alrighty, so those who are fans of Smallville would know Alison Mack.
Yes, she's out of jail.
Alison Mack is launching a podcast about how she went from Smallville star to cult member and convicted felon.
Yes.
So it's going to be
about her
interesting.
time in Nexium.
I didn't realize she was out already. I thought
she
was going to be
served-
gone for a long fucking
it was
time.
5 years, and she served
3?
2.5.
2.5?
I think. Yeah.
Fuck all.
And
I know that she sort of ended up in a position where she was kind of taking the fall for the cult leader who bailed or died or whatever, but she was still the left-hand fucking person for it. So,
yeah. So she was pretty much the groomer.
Yeah,
is what she got done for.
Yeah, exactly. So, I am interested in this podcast so long as she doesn't get money from it. She's getting money from it. Fuck that.
Well, she will. Robert Pattinson says he says an immigration officer stopped him and said, "Hey, you're that guy from Twilight. Why'd you stop acting?" And he said,
"I'm Batman."
I was like, "I'm Batman." So that was just a fun one. But this is my actual piece of news for this one. Season 3 has officially wrapped for Avatar: The Last Airbender. So the actual series is done. So they're doing the same as the series. They're doing 3 seasons, 3 books. So they've officially wrapped the 3rd season. So it is done, dusted. We know for a fact we are getting the full live action thing.
Marvelous. Which is why I think they jumped in and said, let's fucking get the shit
I'd
done
say so.
we can make sure we release it.
Well, speaking of live action adaptions, so Gary K. Wolfe, who's the creator of Roger Rabbit, has got all his license to his characters back from Disney.
Nice.
So he's been talking about how it looks like to be a Jessica Rabbit live action adaptation coming. There looks to be a sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit as well.
I wouldn't call it live action. I would just call it...
it's the same.
It's real because that's what the original movie was. It was a real world one.
But then he's also said, there's a caveat to it, he said the new projects must be as good or better than the originals to obviously do them justice. Whether that actually happens or not is to be seen. But yeah.
In today's day and age, I don't know if they could do Roger Rabbit
They
again.
fucking could
Oh, they
not.
could. It's a bit out there.
It's very out there. They wouldn't be able to do it today. Okay, so... This is a bit of a show that I've seen is coming along, and it sounds fucking out there. Betty Boop will murder nosy podcasters who come knocking at her door in Boop, an upcoming horror film.
It's another one. I'm guessing it's by the same guys that probably did the Winnie the Pooh ones and the.
Maybe it doesn't seem to be like that.
They've created a horror cinematic universe.
I don't think it's in that universe, but it's the same vein.
Because we had the Winnie the Pooh ones.
Yeah.
There's just two of them.
I think it's called the Pooniverse.
And then they've done the Mickey Mouse one.
Yeah.
There's also a Popeye one.
Yeah,
I love Popeye.
You won't like this, Popeye.
Alien Earth has been renewed for a 2nd season.
Delete that.
And I'll quickly jump into this one. So, some of the rumored fight sequences that will appear in Avengers Doomsday. Mr. Fantastic versus Nightcrawler. Shang-Chi versus Gambit.
Except for his 6 foot fucking stupid.
Yelena versus Mystique.
He might have learned to stretch 8 foot by then.
Captain America versus Cyclops. Captain Marvel versus Monica Rambeau. Sentry versus Professor X, which I think would be very interesting.
Sick.
But which Professor X?
Both of them.
Mr. Fantastic, Cyclops, and Captain America versus Doctor Doom.
Why are they fighting each other?
Because it's like the introduction of the X-Men.
It'd be because of the multi-dimensional versions of them.
They're all coming through, and it's like, hey, we don't know who the fuck you are. Get him.
I'm going to rattle through a bunch. And some of these might have been said, I can't remember. Batman Nightfall, multi-part animated adaptation is in the works.
Yep.
Rudia, I'm going to butcher this name.
Rudia
Mollica has been cast as Tommy Maximoff in Vision Quest. Speed will debut in Vision Quest. X-Men 97 Season 3 is officially in the works.
Yep.
Venom will appear in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2.
Yep.
And
that one.
James Spader will officially return as Ultron in Vision Quest.
That's very old.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. I just found them and screenshot them.
Paramount is wiping out Kurtzman's Star Trek with Simon Kinberg reboot.
Delete.
So, apparently they're coming back. They're doing another 3-part trilogy movie of some sort.
So basically, the rights will be up, and essentially the new mob that have got it, Skydance, I think it is. Skydance got it. They're pretty much waiting for all the contracts to end.
Yep.
Which is in 3 years.
Do it all again.
And then they're rebooting the entire universe with 3 new movies and new CVs and stuff like that.
Which is, fine. Like, it's always good to get that sort of content. The latest run of content was really good, in my opinion, for Star Trek. I think the one issue that the more recent shows had is they had, I think it was Discovery was the TV show. No, was it Discovery?
Discovery's one of the shows, yep.
Well, it's one of them, but I can't remember if it's the one that I'm thinking of that sort of was the first one that kicked off the... Okay, so that one sort of kicked off the latest run, and then because it did so well, they're like, whoa, and they brought in like another 3.
Well, they had there's the
cartoon, which is...
Weird Worlds or something like that. I think it's called. And they have Upper Deck.
Yeah,
Upper Deck is phenomenal.
And
they did a live action crossover with Upper Deck. The Upper Deck characters crossed over, and
they did
great.
they did a continuation of Kirk through his as well, like the Kirk from Discovery. They took him and did another thing with him, and I'm pretty sure there was one other one. It felt like, you know what,
and Picard as well. But Picard was the first season was fucking phenomenal.
And the thing for me is that they had Discovery. It was really, really good. It felt like this is really, really good. Let's capitalize, and they just flooded it. And I'm like, I have no idea what to watch now, and I lost interest.
Yeah, pretty much. Valve have announced their new console. So they are releasing a console, a new controller, and a VR headset next year.
The problem with this is that they've done it before, and it was shit and was not well received.
I think they've learnt their lessons, and because the Steam Deck is phenomenal.
Yes.
And the controller essentially is a Steam Deck with the monitor chopped out, and it looks like the old controller was fucking atrocious. This controller actually looks really, really good.
And one of the benefits of this as well is that they've highlighted that you aren't buying a console, you're buying a computer. It is built off the bat to function as a console, so you can use it.
As you said, big Steam OS.
But you can do other things so that you can use it as a computer.
Yeah, well, Steam OS is essentially Linux with a wrapper with the OS wrapper on it.
Yes.
So you can actually enter into Linux.
Correct.
And so that's the same thing as this, is running the same system.
Correct. And they've highlighted that you can basically slap any sort of operating system on top of it that you want, so that you can have some sort of PC running as well, which I thought is really, really good.
I'm just very interested about the price.
That's what I went
to see how competitive. It's not, they haven't announced yet. To see how competitive it's going to be with the PlayStation and Xbox.
Has to be.
If they're going to be competitive, it's got to be about 800, 900 in Australia.
I think it'll be more.
I do too. I reckon it's going to be about 1,500.
I was going to say about 13 to 1,500. I think it's going to come out. I think. I wonder.
The Steam Deck's 800. So
I wonder if with it though, and their selling point will be, yes, you are getting the box. Yes, it's 1,300, but we're also going to give you the VR set, the controllers.
The VR setup will be on its own. It'll be $600 on its own.
You reckon?
Oculus is 600.
Yeah, I know, but they need something to really get people to buy in. As you said, like if it's not in the same price
They
range,
might do a limited edition bundle run or something to start, which will have it, but it won't last.
They have to bundle it somehow on release. Otherwise, they won't get buy into the market. And that was one of the big things that happened previously in their last release, which was like 10 years ago or something. Their competitor was Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. And they're like, hey, we've got the Steam Deck that can do all these more things. It's a console that can do so much more than the other consoles. And they're like, yeah, but it's costing an extra $500-$600. Why? Yeah. Watch this space. I'm keen to see.
The only last one I've got is basically John Hannah is confirmed to be returning for The Mummy 4 with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, I've seen that. Pretty much the whole crew is coming back, which is awesome.
That's the last things I've got will lead into something else, so I'll save them.
Very last one for me, the Russo brothers have been announced that they are going to take the lead of the next MCU saga. So the idea is that they want, or my understanding is that they want them to have kind of like a directive control of the story from here forward, because Marvel highlighted...
Because they made them a lot of money?
Well, the reason that they said was that it was a little bit too disjointed. Like they had an overarching story, but even with that overarching story, the things that came along under that story were just a bit too disjointed.
I like this idea, but I don't like this idea because then I feel like a lot of the movies will start to feel a bit too samey.
They feel samey now.
No, it'll be more like the first.
It'll go back to the first ones, because that was a little bit easier to sort of have an oversight and control, because it wasn't as big as what it was. And I think to be quite honest, I think they might be looking at what DC's doing and sort of going, hey, James Gunn has that creative, directive control over what's happening.
But isn't it what Vince...
Kevin Feige.
I wouldn't say Vince Russo. I was like, that's wrestling. That's completely fucking wrong.
No, so Kevin Feige, my understanding of him is that, yes, he had that overarching storyline, but like as long as this happened, as long as this isn't contradicted, do whatever the fuck.
But I think there's also rumors that he's stepping down after.
He's already announced it. That's not a rumor. He's
done after this thing.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see.
Tom Hiddleston, The Night Manager, Season 2, January 11th on Amazon Prime.
I knew it was coming. Didn't realize it was that
Yep.
soon.
Cannot fucking wait.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
Night Manager. It's a phenomenal show.
And it's only 6 episodes. I don't know how long this season was, but the first one was like 6 episodes. So it's it's done. It's fucking really, really good.
Over the lifespan of the PS3, it sold more than 87 million consoles worldwide.
Is that all?
Fun fact.
That doesn't seem a lot.
And then also there is a trailer with that just came out with Sam Rockwell that you all need to go out and watch called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And it's about he travels back through time from a dystopian future to try and stop AI from taking over.
Nice.
And it looks fucking so much fun.
Comedy, horror, black comedy
I think
type
it's
thing.
like a comedy action-y kind of one. Like kind of Purge-esque comedy.
Sure. Oh, one thing I just remembered as well. Running Man is out. Apparently, it's flopping.
That's the one
it's-
with Glenn Powell, isn't it?
Yeah, I've heard it's from the reviews I've heard, it's a bit all over the shop, and just watch Arnold Schwarzenegger's version.
Yeah.
All right, so on the weekend, we had the League of Legends World Finals. So I just want to quickly dabble on that. So I missed the opening ceremony. I need to go back and watch it.
I have watched it on YouTube.
I've seen it.
It is very visually stunning, but the song is just fucking boring.
So
I think we spoke about this.
yeah, there was they played one of the old songs that one of the singers there sort of
Warrior.
reworked for it. So that was the Imagine Dragons one. It's been reworked a few times. So it was good from the clips I've seen. I haven't watched in full, so I want to hold judgment till I have. But that's the feeling I got. That again, it looks good, but it looks better than last year's one. That's plus.
It's funny though, like because at one point they do the Warrior one, and they have the competitors come up on this thing, and then they go back down, and then they do all this fucking shit, and they play the new song, and they got some floating DJ who quite obviously is not doing anything. He's just tapping some buttons next to him. And then they're singing the new song, and and then that's done, and then they bring up each competitor individually and say their name, and they're like this competitor, that competitor, blah blah blah, and then it gets to the last two, and the second last guy pops up, and everyone's like yeah, and then it pops up with Faker, and everyone goes Gah!
So before you've brought up Faker, so we'll touch on Faker. So Faker is, and I made quite a bold statement on Monday when I was talking to AJ. It's a loose term, but he's in a competitive sport. Yes, I know it's an e-sport. I would say he's up there with the most dominant competitive player of all time. You throw in the Michael Jordans, you throw in the Messis, the Ronaldos. I would say he's up there. I know it's a very tenuous thing. It's an e-sport thing, but the legacy he's leaving, the success he's had in an industry where most pros only have a 2 to 3 year shelf life, he's been going for over 10. In an industry where every month the whole game turns upside down with the new meta shift, new character releases, things like that, I would put him up in the conversation of one of the most competitive.
And he's been in 10 finals and won 8.
So the only way to compare him, they've decided, is to compare it to himself. So there's SKT Faker, which is what the organization was originally called. Now there's T1 Faker. He's played 83 games as SKT, 88 as T1, 160 to 66, 313 kills to 303 kills, four finals to 4 finals, three wins and 3 wins each. So that's only at Worlds.
Yeah, so he's played 8 Worlds things and won 6 of them.
He's lost 2 of them and won 6. He's won the most. The next highest are his current 3 of his current teammates who have won 3 because they've just completed a 3-peat.
Because he was on the team.
The only other people that have won multiple they won 2 in a row. They lost their 3rd in a row then, and that was so his teammates then had won 2. That's it. Everyone else has only had won 1. So he's like 6 to everyone else's 2 or 3, and they're only because they were on his team at the time. It's one of the most dominant performances ever. And then you look at the skin lines. So there is one champion that's only got 3 skins. 2 champions have 4. Another champion has 8. Faker will have 10 personal skins. So he is the game of League of Legends. Like when he finally retires, there will be a hole left larger in that sport than I think any other sport has seen.
There you go.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I know. I said it, and I'm like, I'm one of the few people that actually can sort of debate this because I follow the esports scene and follow like normal sports scenes. But I'm like, yeah, you just look at like Michael Jordan obviously won it over there, was so dominant over there, but was in a sport that realistically it's the same sport he turns up and plays each week. Yes, there might be different tactics involved, but the rules of basketball are fundamentally the same, whereas the rules of league, like now, what the champions are being played now, next month might be completely irrelevant, and you're playing a completely different play style, completely different champions and all this. And the game series, for this season, they used the Fearless Draft. So once a champion was picked, it couldn't be picked again. So you couldn't rely on your bread and butter comfort champions. You had to be adapting and changing. So I think after pick and bans and champions played, like 60 champions were off limits in Game 5. So which led to quite an exciting Game 5. But yeah, I watched the games, which put me. I only had 4 hours sleep for the longest day because I was up watching this. But yeah, it was a great game. It was so KT won Game 1 and Game 3, and SKT won 2, 4, and 5. So SKT were on the ropes at points throughout the series, so which made it entertaining to watch. Last year they basically steamrolled at 3-0. And it was quite a dull anticlimactic final. So at least this one had a bit of jeopardy involved.
Well, there's your League of Legends news.
Yep. There it is indeed.
And last thing, next week they're changing the map to their seasonal winter map. So it's going to be Winter Wonderland League. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
There's always some people that hate it because the graphics change slightly and they just fuck over everything. Because they used to so you do tricks like for how to place your vision wards and things like there's like they look for different things to click here and it'll drop actually like over there. But that changes in these seasonal maps because everything's changed. So a lot of people get real upset.
I'm sure that they will survive.
All right. And one thing I want to say is we mentioned it in our PAX video, which was like 5 videos ago. I want to say 5 episodes ago. I reckon.
Even 4.
4 episodes ago. We talked to some lovely people in the line for Riftbound. We gave them a dice mat, and they have since commented on one of our videos saying that the dice mat has made an appearance at their Dragonheart RPG session.
That's excellent.
Which is fantastic. So thank you for shouting out for that to us. And I'm just going to. We talked to them a lot whilst we were in the line about TCGs. Mm-hmm. And they asked us whether we got to play any Riftbound since it's come out. We haven't played any Riftbound yet, really, of the new stuff. We will, once it's more readily available, we're probably going to play more of it.
I'll be picking up a pre-ordered starter deck day of release of this episode.
So it's more like probably next month we'll probably be playing a bit more of it once it gets a bit more available to us.
Yeah, I might have to grab a starter as well.
But on that note, like what we were talking to them about, like TCGs and all the different types of TCGs and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that was brought up when we were talking about this to them was like what kind of TCGs to get into and that kind of stuff. And for especially like newer people who are playing, and we've talked about this stuff before. One of the things I sort of wanted to just dabble in here is when you're looking at TCGs and like, there's like Riftbound and this, and especially now we're going through a TCG boom.
Yeah.
Starter sets. That is the way to go for most of this stuff. It's not as exciting, but for 90% of people, and especially like these people, like these guys that we met in the line, they're not going to play competitively.
No.
So if you're not going to a store and playing competitively and all that kind of stuff, there's not much reason besides collecting to really go out and buy booster boxes.
That's what I would say. Like outside of playing competitively, or you want to go down the rabbit hole like we've gone and trying to master set a set and collect it, you don't need it. Like if you just want to play the game, your starter sets are perfectly fine. And usually means they're balanced as well. Yeah,
so I recommend anyone who's wanting to get into a new TCG, just go out and buy a starter set, play a few games, and then just buy booster packs here and like buy one booster pack every week, and you'll get 1 or 2 cards that you can just modify the deck a little bit because you're only playing with your friends, your partner, your family. There's not much real point to buying a shit ton of cards that are just literally going to sit in a box and do nothing.
What I will say to that as well is when you're going out and if you're going to go out and get a starter or 2 or whatnot, try to go the same sort of release time around the starters that you're getting.
Yes.
Because what you find is that if you go to, let's say, we'll just quickly talk an older game, Digimon, it is a little bit older now. There's starters 1 to, I think they're up to about 28 8 or something like that. If you get starter deck 28 and starter deck number 1, you know who's going to win. But also the complexities between those decks.
I was going to bring that up.
So if you try to get starter decks that are similar numbers. So if you're getting number 1, try get number 2. You've got 2 different decks. You can go down that route of them sort of being balanced between each other and also being out like similar complexities.
Yep.
And another thing that is great if you want to try and just have a crack is there are quite a lot of games that will do a 2-player starter, which again, well balanced, good to have a bit of fun.
Well, they're designed to play against each other.
Exactly, and they are designed for these scenarios where it's getting 2 people into the game so that you can just have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
And if you want, then you can buy further into it with packs and all that sort of stuff.
Building on that, so if you are new to TCGs, trying to find a TCG that is newer itself as well is often a good one to get into, because you look at the difference between One Piece at the moment and Gundam. One Piece, to get into it now, it's had that power creep in it, so all the cards do 8 different things. So there's a lot of things for you to get your head around, whereas Gundam, it's pretty much this card does X, this card does Y. Correct. That's it. So that was highlighted when we played the Lorcana at PAX. The starter sets, the decks we played, really didn't do anything. I was like, oh, is this all it's going to do? And then as we had the conversation with old mate from Disney, he said, no, my competitive decks do X, Y, Z, X. Like they do all these extra features that have come out in the later release sets. So yes, if you're a TCG, like you've played it a bunch, doesn't really matter. But if you're new to TCGs itself and playing the TCGs, look for a newer sort of TCG to start with rather than an existing one, because the power creep often makes the cards and the nuances of the game a bit harder to wrap your head around.
And so in that terms, I thought I might chuck out some good TCGs/CCGs to get into. Now you've got 2 options really to go for. You've got the newer ones, which are they are easier to get. Thank you, scalpers. Or you've got your older ones, which may be a little bit harder to get, but maybe reasonably priced. So basically, in the current boom, games I would recommend, Magic is always a safe option. It is an established game. It is a good game. You will find stock
not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. And it's not ridiculous to learn how to play. It's a very simple game in its essence.
And your starters are typically reasonably priced as well.
But I would say the same thing. Choose an edition and stay in there.
Or like
start there. Sorry.
You can basically Magic. You can pretty much get your safe. Anything in a shop, you're safe with. Really. Yeah. Magic is so well curated in its control and creep and all that kind of stuff. Because, I mean, it's been going for years.
I think they have a thing in competitive where they start to ban older cards.
So cards get banned. Essentially, it's 6 to 8 sets, I think. So once a set is 8 sets old, once it becomes 9 sets old, it's gone.
Yeah.
So and then they've got like...
but they often then reprint those cards in the newer
They've got modern, which is that. Then they've got one which is you can use any cards you want. And then Commander. There's lots of different versions. But just find a starter set. You can get it everywhere. Kmart's, all that kind of stuff. Any set you can find, just get it, play. They usually will play pretty well with each other. So Magic is the go. Gundam, fantastic game. Super easy to learn. Semi-hard to get, but the first couple starter sets are getting easier to find. In America, I mean, I know you guys are getting scalped like fuck, and your starter decks are ridiculously priced.
That's what it feels like.
Feel the Australian tax.
So those 2 phenomenal. One Piece, personally, I wouldn't touch it. I love.
I would touch it if you want to collect it because I think the art cards are great. But yeah, we played 2 games and it just. I think, as we said before, we came in after 6, 7 editions or whatever that they've had of it, and it's just one. You need to be doing 8 moves with
I just didn't find
one
it a fun
card
game
and stuff.
though,
Yeah, like it just, I didn't enjoy it.
Universes, yes. They're Universes or the My Hero Academia card game. They're both the same game. It's just one was just specifically My Hero Academia. The other one focuses on different things. Like there's been Godzilla sets, there's Vox Machina. Lots of different things. It is a phenomenal
game. It is essentially one person fighting another person, punching each other, playing punches and kicks and stuff. Has a little bit steeper of a learning curve.
Yeah, a little bit. But one very quick thing as well, because you mentioned like the Godzillas and the whatever else sort of gets plastered on it. Typically, when you get those ones, they come with a price.
Oh,
There are base starter decks which are very, very reasonably priced. So if you go out looking for the Godzilla one and see that it is stupidly priced to get 2 starter decks, keep looking. There are very, very reasonable ones. I've seen one fairly recently. I think it was going for like $12 for a startup. So and you can get the game, you can have a play, and then if you want, you can expand into some of those more collectible decks.
You can mix all like the Godzilla sets with the My Hero, with the fucking Vox Machina.
The beauty of
there's old Mega Man ones, lots of different sets. That's a sensational game. Riftbound, obviously, it's about to come out. If you can get it, play it. It's a sensational game.
It's out now. It's just the problem is you've got to wait for the second wave to come because basically it was all pre-ordered out and hard to find at the moment.
Yep. So they are the newer games that I personally would recommend. Or Universes isn't a new one. It used to be called UFS. It's now Universes.
Would you throw Lorcana into this? Because I think
no.
Why not?
I don't like it.
Fair enough. It's usually one that catches a lot of eyes.
Very boring game.
It was a tricky one with Lorcana because I really enjoyed the art. I really enjoyed the first game we played. I didn't enjoy the second game we played so much. And then the third game was like, I'm already over it.
Now there's another game that I would recommend, and that is called Netrunner. Now, Netrunner has a large history. It's created by Richard Garfield. Is the guy who created Magic the Gathering. It was released years ago as a CCG. It then got bought by Fantasy Flight Games, and they released it as what's called a living card game. That's their copyright. Other companies call it 2PCGs or expandable card games. Essentially, it was you bought a starter set, and then every month they would release one booster pack which had the same cards in it. So everyone had the same card pool to pull from to build cards decks out of. Long out of print. But you don't have to worry. You can go to Nisei. You just Google Nisei on Google, and you can get all the new community-made cards print and play. So you can just print them out and you can play the game for free. Or they have print-on-demand services where you can buy the cards if you really like it. Sensational game. It's essentially one person plays as a runner, one person plays as a corporation. The runner is trying to hack the corporation and get the prizes. The corporation's trying to sneakily get the prizes out themselves. Awesome fun. Awesome fun. Really good game.
A little more complex, but it is good fun.
Because you don't play the same way. The runner plays one way, the corporation plays a different way. So you're playing 2 different games against each other. Brilliant, really good fun. I highly recommend it. And it's free. You can get online, get the cards for free, print them out. Another one I would recommend, which is good fun, is Marvel Champions. This is also from Fantasy Flight Games. It is also an expandable card game or living card game. And it's essentially, you can just go out and you can just buy this hero pack, which is a deck that it is ready to go. Yes. You don't have to build anything. You can just go out, I want to play a Gamora, I'll buy Gamora. I want to play an Iron Man, I can buy Iron Man. And then they release villain packs to you to play at. Lots of different villains that you can play as. Really good fun. I recommend that one.
And it's also a bit of a co-op verse.
It's a very much co-op, but I believe the new expansion makes it player versus player as well, if you want. Okay, Civil War is the new expansion that makes it player versus player.
Makes sense.
That's a really, really good fun game. And now there's older games. Now, older games, these ones are going to be harder to find for people, but you can find them floating around. One of them is Battletech, which some of you may know as Mech Warrior. From back in the day in video game. It was a really awesome video game. Walked around in big mechs shooting each other. Richard Garfield, yet again, made a really cool card game out of that, which I've got 2 starter decks from. I found them on a website for like $15 each.
Yep.
And it's just a really fun game to play, and you only need starter decks. And the starter decks were random as well, which made it really cool. Every starter deck is very different, but they still play really well with each other.
That was one of the cool features that I found of things like Keyforge.
Yeah, Keyforge is a great game. Pretty much dead. They do it now by Game Found. So
Yeah.
every new set goes to Game Found and they release it.
Well, that's because they were going under, someone bought it, tried to revamp it, and it just didn't quite revamp as they were hoping.
Yeah. So Keyforge is a very fun game. You can bind the old decks for super cheap.
I
And
got 2 for like $3.
I from memory bought a whole heap of them for like $2 each, and I think I bought like 40 packs. I've still got like 20 of them that are wrapped in plastic, still hidden away, because they were unique decks. So every deck is unique. No one had the same deck in the world. Unique names, all that fun stuff. But really, really cool game. If you want to get into 4-player card game, Vampire the Masquerade was the original one, and then Vampire Rivals is the living card game version of it.
That's cool.
You need 4 people to play it, though. That is the only thing. 4 people, and everyone has to enjoy the game.
Because it is a 2-player game, yeah.
You can play it 2-player, but it doesn't work well because there is like things where you can bluff people, you can team up with people.
Yeah, that's right. Because we've played it a few times and it was enjoyable, but yeah, you're right. There's something missing.
And then some of the Japanese card games that I would recommend. Now, Japanese card games can be a bit decisive just because of the content of the cards.
You mean divisive?
Divisive, yes, sorry.
I wasn't going to correct him.
I knew what I meant, and most people, everyone else knew what I meant. Because they are generally
Fan service,
female-based cards, art. But the card games that I would recommend are Recross or Vicross, however you want to say it. Awesome game.
Yes.
Awesome game. Very hard to get in Australia. America's got, I think they can get a fair bit of it over in America. We can get fuck all in Australia. So essentially, we've just been finding the cards and printing them out and playing with proxies.
I think from memory, we had to get a starter and a booster box each, and we found a way to get it imported, and it worked out super cheap.
Yep.
But since then, it's like you can't fucking get it. You just can't.
So we've essentially just been finding the card art and just printing proxies and just playing it that way. Sensational game. Really, really good fun game. Highly recommend it. Find starters. If you can't find starters, go on the website for Vycross has all the card art on it. Just right click, save as for the starter sets, print the starter sets out and play. Good fun. Another one is Y Schwartz.
Yes.
Y Schwartz is a sensational game. You can get it, and it is all kinds of animes. So I think I've got an Attack on Titan starter set. I've got a Cardcaptor Sakura starter set. I've got Angel Beat starter set. I've got heaps of different starter sets. And what they do is essentially they release a starter set and a booster box for each anime, and they're only licensed to print that one starter set for X amount of prints, and then that's it. You can never get it again.
I think we've talked about something like this before.
It's essentially the Vi side of it is like the cute anime girl stuff. I think from memory, on the Schwartz side of it is the anime cartoons.
Yeah.
Really, really good game.
Yeah, good fun.
It is a really enjoyable game, super easy to play. My wife loved playing this game a fair bit with me as well, and you just need starter sets.
Yep.
I've never bought a booster box for it. I've only bought starter sets, and they play so good, and they all play against each other really well. Really, really good fun game.
See, I seen a booster box for really, really cheap, and I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to get one. And I mean, really, really cheap as in I got a booster box for like $30.
Yeah.
And that would be, from that booster box is my pristine
That's right,
10, Earth Goddess card, which goes for something like $200-300.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.
Also, I believe the most recent set in English that is about to come out is So there'll be a starter set for Dan to Dan and a booster box
That'll
for
be
it.
sick.
I
reckon
believe
that'll
it
have some
comes.
awesome
I think
art
it comes out this month, maybe.
Wow.
Gameology have it, I believe.
Oh, well, there goes fucking everybody's money if it's Gameology.
And I think the starter set is 110, maybe.
I bought my Stellar Crown ETB from there, which was originally priced at 120, and like the very next day,
400.
that same thing was like 200. I was like,
Yeah.
the fuck happened?
Yep. They had, so when a game that I was going to just quickly mention as well, which is really, really good, is Star Wars Unlimited. Again, you can get the 2-player starter decks for those. I think that for the 2-player starters, they're about $60.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all you need. If you enjoy that, what I would recommend is with each new set that they bring out a pre-release box. Pick it up from anywhere from
6 booster packs.
$40 to $50, 6 booster packs, a nice simple way to play. It's fun because you get to open the booster packs, but then that is basically your deck. You have to build it a little bit, but not too much.
It also gives you a little pamphlet on how to build the decks.
Exactly. And then you've just got something that you can play with someone from that place. That is really, really cool. But Gameology, I remember seeing they had the Star Wars Unlimited booster box. They had it for a fairly standard price, like $180, $190, something like that. I'm like, oh, I'm an Aaron, I might get one, might not. Oh, I ended up not getting one, and literally a few days later, it was $499. Ooh. And that was for the standard unlimited box. It was the first wave that came out. It went fucking hot straight away. I'm like, let's make some money. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's so bad. Like, and for context, you can typically pick up, like when they get released, they're typically around $190 for a booster box.
About that, yeah.
About that. Wait a little bit, you'll probably pick one up for anywhere from $120 to $160 after the wave's been out a little while, because they have pumped through a fair bit in the last 12 to 18 months since it's been out. And they've got the Carbonite versions, which is the $500 ones, which they're $50 a pack, but the idea is that you get $50 worth of collectible cards within it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you are what I will also say about this set, it is, but it isn't a collector's set. If you want to go out and master set one of these things, actually collect the full sets, fuck me, you are going to be going for a while, because every single card has a base, it's got a full art, it's got a foil of those, but then to get some of these cards, you kind of need to buy the Carbonite boxes, because the getting those more rare cards from your standard boxes is fucking very rare.
And then the last one I will recommend for people that want to new to a game and stuff, and all you got to do is buy a starter set, is Sorcery. So Sorcery has some of the most amazing art you'll see on a card. It's very old school, beautiful, full art cards. And essentially it's more of a board game than a card game, but it's essentially you've got a big grid that you play on, and you've got locations that you got two hands. You've got your location hand and your sort of monster hand, and your location, you play locations on the grid, and you're spreading out, and essentially you're trying to get over and kill your opponent's boss. And it is just fantastic card game to play, super simple. And the starter, you buy a starter brick essentially, and it comes with 4 starter decks in it to play, and a booster pack, and that's all you need. That is 100% all you need to play the game. And you can buy more if you want to collect it, but it's not competitive really. It's just play and have fun kind of game. And they're not marketing it as competitive. They pretty much said that. And I believe there's a new set coming out with a new starter bundle thing as well. Okay. So that's all the card games I would recommend at the moment.
And basically, and all of them have that same common theme. If you want to try the game and just play it socially, starter decks.
Yes.
Really, starter decks is the best way to go. They're balanced, they're pre-made, and they're there for a reason to get you
usually balanced.
Usually balanced. Usually. As
mix the sets, it doesn't get this balanced.
Yes. But then listen, unless you're playing competitive, or you want to start master setting or collecting it for, you enjoy that art set or whatever, starter decks is the way to go.
Yep. 100%.
Anything else?
Well, one last thing for me anyway. So as of release of this video, Phantasmal Flames will be officially released in Australia.
Yes.
Partially anyway. There's been delays on... Was it the ETBs that were delayed?
ETBs were delayed. I don't know if it's a UPC or an SPC.
UPC.
Those UPC, they were delayed. So, yeah. At the moment, the things that are coming through tomorrow are the booster boxes and smaller items, i.e. booster bundles, check lanes, 3-pack blisters. So they're all coming out tomorrow. Everything else is either a week or a month.
And so Brock and I, we're basically, for both of us, for Mega Evolutions anyway, we're basically at the point of... We're up to trading points, so there's no really point buying many more packs of Mega Evolutions.
I was going to say, I'll jump in very quickly on the trade note, because this is something I wanted to mention. I had someone reach out to me during the week. Pokerholics Anonymous is their Instagram account. They've reached out.
No, that's our little group chat. No, continue.
No, it's not. That's another one. So yeah, reached out to see if I wanted to trade some cards and whatnot, just to help me go through the Mega Evolution Master Set. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fuck yeah. So I've got a few cards coming that way. I'm going to trade a few to him as well. But we got talking a little bit more, and one of the things he asked me for was to sign a card and send it over to him, just a whatever card. I'm like, you know what? That's the first time that I've been asked to do that. I'm like,
You're famous.
Absolutely.
You're famous, dude.
No way.
Absolutely not. But I thought it was very, I thought it was cool. Like, it's the first time I've been asked. I'm like, you know what? That's awesome. Like, it was a simple reason why he asked me, because it was just, hey, you're someone I'm trading with. I'm building like a trade.
Because he wants to steal your identity.
That too. But anywho, like, so I did that, and I started.
Did you give him your social security number as well?
Absolutely. And then I started talking to him a bit more, and he said, oh, yeah, I'm doing this with other people and all sorts. And he told me this little story, which was fantastic, where he is, well, not fantastic, but the story's good. He is blind in one of his eyes, and he was talking to someone else who he discovered is also blind in one of their eyes. So what they did was give each other a spare eye by signing a psychic card, which has the eye on it, and trading it with each other.
I like that.
An eye for an eye. I thought that was absolutely
That's cool.
brilliant.
That is cool.
I thought it was
cool.
yeah. So I thought I'd throw that in there. So
Is that your Gardevoir SIA swapped?
absolutely not.
Right. You have two of them. didn't you?
I do have two of them. Yeah. I'm still undecided what to do with the fucking thing.
But then
Let
last
them fight.
thing I want to talk about is back to sort of gameology is we've stumbled upon an awesome guy who runs a Instagram account and a shop called Poker Grind Zone.
Yes.
So Brock and I have both been chatting to him a lot lately. He's a great guy and has plenty of stock that is reasonably priced.
Yeah.
So definitely if you've just got binders, so if you need binders,
Down that camera.
binders, stock, so sealed product, display cases. Like he's got the acrylic ETB boxes and things like that.
Yep.
So yeah, go check out the Poker Grind Zone. I've been definitely tagging him in a lot of my videos because I've been buying a lot of stuff from him. But yeah, so go check him out. Great upcoming business. He's trying to start.
I do thoroughly enjoy that ETBs now have acrylic cases that you can buy for them.
They've been around for a little while.
I know.
now,
It's just
yeah.
it's
well, Booster
so
Boxes have
fucking
had them for a
stupid.
while now as well.
I know. I understand that, but ETBs to me have always just been that buy to play thing.
Well,
Because that's back when I was playing Pokemon. That's what they were. They were $60, and you just bought it. You got booster packs to play, and
Now they're $90. If you find it for $90, you're doing real fucking well.
I would call the ETB kind of like the starters almost. Like I know that Pokemon have started
it's-
decks, but
'cause
it's like that.
That there is a Magic Gathering one,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
you
that,
get
that
that
was
for-
like $50.
Yeah, because yeah, I do remember when you got that. Actually.
Yeah, I've got a few of those back from my Magic the Gathering days. But yeah, said I'm looking forward to it. So I don't know if I will go hard into Phantasmal Flames. I'm planning on it at the moment, but that could very well stop because the pull rates are meant to be pretty bad.
I'm not going to go hard into it, but I'm going to just
I'll
chip
dabble.
away
I'll
at this
dabble
one.
in it. And then Mega Dream has been started to be announced, and card arts for that have been leaked, and they look sick. So
Yes.
I might put more of my efforts that way than Phantasmal, but we'll see.
I don't know about leaked. I'd say probably just released.
Oh, it happens via a leak because people get access and yada yada, and then the next day it's like, oh well, fuck it, now it's released.
And speaking of card games, Gundam Set 3 is set to come out at the end of January.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Waiting on something there. Just took
Oh,
all
it's
the
just-
time.
Yeah,
I
you
was
kind
mulling it
of
over.
contemplated that for a little bit,
I'm
didn't
mulling
you?
it over because that's only 2 months between.
3 months.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
call it 3.
3
We are-
months.
We are
December.
halfway through.
December.
Pretty
a
much
month.
pretty standard for most card games,
Yeah. No, fair enough.
especially
Because
Bandai.
they got STO 6, that's out now. I did see that the other day.
I've got 6.
You got 6.
I just don't have 5.
Well, where did I go? I went somewhere and I seen it a few weeks ago, but
Yeah, we were in PAX when we saw that.
That's right. I was going to go back and I forgot to go back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I don't have 5. I've got 6. I don't have 5.
yeah. If I
And I'm
find
missing 4 cards from set 2.
If I find it, don't tell Zach what cards they are and how you're doing your master setting. But anywho, if I find 5, I will.
What?
Because he doesn't actually master set it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I collect the set.
Yeah.
I will take a photo of it and send it to you. If I see start of set 5.
And I'll just put that in my sleeve, just a photo of it.
Bingo.
And then AJ and I there might be the second Frantic Nerdcast live stream happening tomorrow night. So look at our socials and we'll keep you updated.
Tonight, at the time of listening to this when you're releasing.
Oh,
Friday night.
News for me. I found my computer. I found my fucking power supply. I even found my keyboard and mouse, but they weren't working because I don't know where the dongle was.
Someone started GoFundMe.
You're going to Kmart tomorrow to buy yourself a cheap keyboard and mouse, and
actually
you're getting
have
on the
one.
live stream tomorrow.
I have one.
But
I wanted to golf early this year.
I have also been very open and transparent in the fact that I don't know what this computer. I will be surprised if this computer turns back on.
All right. On that note, we're going to fuck off. Make sure you check out the socials. Like, share, subscribe. As always.
Please and thank you.
Get us to 110. We're at 109 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Get us to 110.
Yep. Get us to 110. And yeah.
Jump in the Discord. They've got a few more people starting to come along. A couple of chats happening here and there. People are starting to interact. Not heaps, but the more people in there, the more people start to interact. So jump on in there. I've updated the links on our socials, so check it out. Jump in.
Bye.
Stay
Bye-bye.
frantic.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to Frantic Nerdcast.
You can find all our latest news and information on Facebook or at franticnerdcast.com.
You can find us on Instagram at Frantic Nerdcast. Find AJ at Weird Art by AJ. Find Zach at Frantic Kaz and myself at Frantic Brock.
Please make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for more YouTube-only content like Sequelize It and Plays Games.